start there and say a prayer for it?
Oh, that'll do. Alright guys, here we are at the old high school.
Miss F shows a good place to tell horror stories.
Do you know what they say about this place? They say it's haunted.
Haunted by what?
Oh, I don't know all the details, but they say that there's a ghost of a girl here that died many years ago. People go in and tell ghost stories, and she demands every single person tells a story. Otherwise,
Don't say things like that.
like I said, I don't know all the details. Might be true, could be false.
Alright, enough of that. Let's just go inside. Okay everyone, so we're going to be doing a ghost story activity. Ooh. Anyway, so what we're going to be doing is a bit Japanese style. So what we're going to do is light an incense stick and then pop it in the middle, and then we're going to tell our story. Okay? Everyone got it? Awesome. Here's a stick for you, and you, and you, and one for you. Alright, who wants to go first?
Well, what if we don't have a story?
What if the ghost gets us?
Oh my gosh, do you guys really believe in ghosts? Come on, relax. I mean, nothing in the spiritual realm can hurt you anyway, at least in my experience.
Because that was reassuring.
Oh well, I'll go first. I'll do something nice for the faint-hearted so that you don't get scared.
This story begins with a young woman raising her child, a beautiful baby boy. Every day, the woman got up, fed the baby, changed his nappy, and loved him. But then suddenly, the baby stopped responding to her. He wasn't eating properly, he wasn't making any mess, and he wasn't smiling at her. The woman began to panic and worry. She stopped eating as well, stopped looking after herself, and spent every second she could with her child, hoping he would pick up and start responding again. This went on for weeks, until one day she turned to a friend. Her friend began apologizing for her loss. Confused, the woman asked her what she was sorry for. This confused the friend, who said, "I'm sorry about your baby boy. He was so young to be taken from us." Panic swept over the woman. She started running to where her baby boy was sleeping. She pulled back the sheets and gasped. She realized it wasn't a baby she had been looking after, but a doll. Her real child had been taken away from her in his sleep a month ago.
Could a woman just forget her baby had died?
It makes no sense. Some people, when they encounter something painful, they erase it from their memory and decide to live in a fictional world because reality is not reality.
That was strangely poetic.
Alright, well, Stephanie, you're next.
Okay, I think I thought of something.
My story is about a young girl. She had been hearing voices for a while now and had been coping with it on her own. However, one day it became too much for her to bear. Wandering the house, she began looking for her parents. She couldn't seem to find them, no matter how hard she looked. The house also looked strangely dark and unkempt. It didn't even seem like her house anymore. Eventually, after looking around for a while, she found a woman out in the garden. Approaching her, she recognized the lady. It was her mother. Touching her shoulder, she began calling out to her. All the woman did was flinch and covered her ears with her hands. She called out again, "Mum, look at me!" she pleaded, beginning to panic. Eventually, her mother turned, but she wasn't looking at her. Instead, she fished out her phone, dialed up her number, and when the receiver picked up, her mother said, "Hello, doctor, I'm hearing those voices again."
I had no idea that you could talk like that.
Neither did I.
Gotta admit, that was a pretty cool story.
Not bad off the top of your head.
Alright, Eric, you're next.
I'm not sure. Did it just get darker in here?
Eric, don't start that kind of talk. Next minute you're gonna say there's something behind us, right?
No. Never mind. I think I've got one.
This story is about a young man walking down the street on his own, on his way back from school. Now, things were going normally until suddenly he approached someone at an intersection. A person dressed entirely in black. Now, this would normally go unnoticed, so he continued on his way, heading down the street. However, when he approached the next intersection, there he was again. Passing by him, he noticed the man was looking at him now. The young man began to think it was strange, so he began walking quicker. At the third intersection, however, there he was again. The young man was really beginning to panic now, so he took off in a blind run. He ran and ran until he got home. He never saw the man again, but he looked up his experience on the internet, realizing that if he had seen the man a fourth time, he would have died.
I recall you telling me this before. This actually happened to you, didn't it?
Yeah, it actually happened to you?
Whoa, I didn't think they would be hearing true stories today. I guess scary stuff can happen anywhere.
Hey, is it just me, or has it gotten colder all of a sudden?
Now that you mention it, it has gotten colder.
And darker.
No need to panic, everybody, okay? It's probably just the sun setting.
Okay, I guess I'll go next. Let's see.
Ah, I felt something. Something touched my back.
What? There's nothing there.
Should I stop? I cannot tell a story if you're feeling too creeped out, Stephanie.
I'd prefer we stop. I can't handle this atmosphere anymore.
Keep talking! More stories!
Who are you?
What the?